Bagalamukhi. She says, don't do bakas. You don't know anything. That the representation is that she will say that, who you can be whoever you are, but don't speak when you don't know. So that is her entire talk. Bhairavi. She's the most terrifying aspect of the goddess. Cream. That is her bija mantra. She indicates energy. She indicates the rising of the Kundalini. She indicates space, kala. Of all the kalas that are destroyed, she is that, right? So when we talk about her destroying Chanda, Munda, Nishumbha, Shumbha, what does it mean? It means the kleshas inside of us, the hatred, the jealousy, the insecurity, the raga, the dvesha inside of us. That is what Bhairavi does. Bhairavi is a terrifying aspect because she will tell you and she'll wake you up and she'll say, get up, move. This is not the place for you to stay. Get up and move. Do not destroy, create. Otherwise, I will destroy you. Bhairavi also signifies a phase of life when from a childhood you become a teenager, from teenager you become a young woman, from a young woman to a middle-aged woman. So you are destroying each of those kalas. You are getting rid of each of those kalas and transcending to the next. And that is what Bhairavi stands for. Correct? So she works with your Manipura chakra, the adrenaline, the fight or flight, right? And she is a consort. So when we have Bhairav, you have the Bhairavi. So Bhairav is the Rudra form of Shiva, correct? He comes from one dreadlock of Shiva. As soon as he chants a mantra and he throws it, Bhairav emerges. And he comes with, there are 64 of them, with 8 Bhairavas being the main, the Pradhana Bhairavas. And then you have the Bhairavi. So everywhere you have a Devi, a Shakti temple, you have a Bhairava and a Bhairav, right? Because they are protectors. They are called as Kshetrapalas and Kshetrapalikas. And so she wears a skull. She says that everything is going to now ultimately come to me. You're all going to get destroyed. You are nothing but this skull, this skeleton. Your prana, your energy will all be sucked by me. And if you're not going to do the right thing, you will come back again and again and again until you destroy this entire world. That is exactly what we are seeing today. And so Bhairavi needs to be invoked and her Bija mantra is Cream. So we'll please close our eyes. Take a long deep breath. Cream, 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 cream. The Mukula Mudra. We did a mudra class. Put all the 5 fingers together, both hands, and chant Cream. Every time you feel that you're being surrounded by negative energy, every time you feel that there are people wanting to harm you or your family, do the Bhairavi Cream Mudra with the Mukula Mudra. Keep both your hands. You can also do the Shakti Mudra, the Yoni Mudra. And then you can chant these mantras 21 times. Start, do a Sankalpa. 40 days, 21 times I'll chant this mantra. And if you have the prarabdha, the Devi will take you forward. It's beautiful. I've done it and it's unbelievable that all this while, it was all around you, all inside you. You just didn't know. You didn't tap into it. You didn't call for it. If I give you a remote and if you want to watch Star Plus and you're going to be pressing the channel for something else, will you be able to see Star Plus? Similarly, if you want happiness, if you want peace, you need to tap into that remote that you have and press onto it. And you can press it by chanting the mantras. That's the easiest way. to get into upasana or sadhana. And today we are talking about the Devi. It could be about anything. It could be about anybody, correct? We go on to the next after cream is the electric energy. You must have felt the electricity. We come to Chhinamasta as a magnetic energy. The Puranic story says that Parvati was walking in the forest with two of her best friends, and they kept walking. The best friends felt very hungry, and they told her, "You're Annapurna, you're supposed to feed us." And she says, "No, we need to go. Let's get home, and then I will feed you." Happens once, happens twice, happens thrice. And then, because they were so hungry and they were dying, she cuts her own head. From the Ida, she feeds one. The blood streams comes out in three different directions. From Ida, she feeds one friend. From the Pingala, she feeds the other. And the Sushumna, she drinks herself. So she drinks her own blood. What does this basically symbolize? Chhinamasta talks about renunciation. They are very, very, very powerful representation. She says that if you have so much ego, cut yourself, cut your ego, destroy your ahankara if you want to go, learn to surrender. And the Ida, Pingala, Sushumna obviously representing the Kundalini rising, correct? So it's Chhinamasta is generally when we do the Dasha Mahavidya Tantra, it talks about it. Actually, it's also about merging together. So all of sexual energy. So they say that if you're not having a very happy marriage, they pray to Chhinamasta and marriages seem to improve. She's, if I can put it in a very coarse way, she's an orgasmic flavor of the universe. She just gives you so much pleasure and so much of passion in everything that you do. She is the Chhinamasta mantra of Kleem is for love, for compassion, for sexual energy. It's like an aphrodisiac. It is about desires, and because without desire, this universe would not exist. And so Chhinamasta, her Bija mantra is Kleem. So let's give her our 10 seconds and pray to her. So keep your back straight and visualize. You have the image in front of you. So just take it in and absorb it in your Mukhara Mandala, and then just chant Kleem. So take a long deep breath. Kleem. 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 Goddess Chhinamasta, for all your desires, for all that you wish in your life, pray to her and she will make it happen. Magnetic energy, that's what she represents, clean. And the next, Dhumavati, was a fire. Dhuma itself means smoke. And there are many Puranic stories on Dhumavati, and one of the stories is that Parvati is hungry and she eats Shiva. She eats Shiva. And when she eats Shiva, she consumes Shiva, smoke starts coming from all over her body. And then Shiva is no more there. And then she opens his third eye and destroys everything inside. That's why the smoke comes out. And he tells her that even though you have given me the third eye, but if I've opened it and I've destroyed you, you are nothing without me. We have to go hand in hand. And that is why Dhumavati is represented as a widow. She does not wear any ornament. She is very old and she sits on a cart that does not move, saying that everything will become absolutely useless. Nothing will move if the Prakriti and Purush don't come together. And so if you're very poor, lot of very poor people, they pray to Dhumavati for progress, and it seems that she's very benevolent and she will give you a lot of wisdom. She will get your body rid of all the diseases and she'll give you a lot of wealth. Dhumavati also, her bird next to her is a crow that reminds us that Pitrus, all the people who are passed before us, she is the lord of that. She's a goddess of all our Pitrus, and that is why the crows come represented in her image. And her mantra is Hum, Hum, right? So you will see when you start saying the mantra, and if you actually say it aloud, you will know that each mantra touches a different part of your body. And that is why in the end, which all our great sages will tell us, that all the Dashamahavidyas are in your body. You just need to invoke them with that mantra. So please close your eyes and lift your spine, and we will chant Hum 5 times. So you please take a long deep breath. Hum. 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 This vibration on your tongue and on your lips, and your Swadhisthana chakra, your Mooladhara chakra, is all Dhumavati. Negative energies, she destroys. She controls the sun, the Mars and Ketu, Mangal or Ketu. Right now, even astrologically, it is a time of Ketu becoming Vakri on all the other planets. And Mangal is a very powerful planet. So Dhumavati ka Hum month, chanting in this 1-2 months, will bring you a lot of prosperity. Yes, because Dhumavati is not presented in a very pretty way, it also says that there might be people who are not very pretty, who are very unassuming, but who are very powerful. So the representation also teaches you that don't judge the book by its cover, right? What is inside a person is what it really is, and that person might be a nobody, but might be very, very powerful. And that is why the representation of Dhumavati is done in this. Okay, we can go on to the next slide. Bagalamukhi. Everybody must have heard of Bagalamukhi. She's a very powerful goddess, and in fact, a lot of Bagalamukhi sadhana is done in Orissa, in Assam, in Bengal, for political prowess. So politicians especially, will pray to Bagalamukhi, do tantric sadhana on the Bagalamukhi, and she cuts your tongue off. She says, don't do bakas, you don't know anything. That the representation is that she will say that, who you can be, whoever you are, but don't speak when you don't know. So that is her entire talk. She's yellow in color. So people who have a lot of ambition, and they feel that they are not able to become successful, it is advised by the gurus to drink turmeric every morning. When you wake up in the morning, take a glass warm water, add about 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric into it, and drink it up. Of course, for body, it is fantastic. It gives you good hair, good skin, keeps your infections away. But her color is yellow. And she, with turmeric, unki jo aradhana hoti hai also happens with turmeric. And so that when you want to become include turmeric, wear a lot of yellow, and it will make a huge difference. Right? So she gives a lot of fame, she gives a lot of success. She represents the pranic energy of Shiva. Bagalamukhi, gives a pranic, and she comes in the form of a crane. Bagla is a crane, and she takes a form of a crane. So the crane stands for concentration. It is depicted, it's a representation of acute concentration. So when you pray to Bagalamukhi, your concentration skills start to improve. She removes all kind of obstacles, and she controls Mangal Graha. So that is why her color is also yellow. So now her Bija mantra is Hleem. H-L-E-M. Hleem. So 5 times Bagalamukhi, Hleem. So take a long deep breath. Visualize this yellow color goddess and chant this mantra 5 times. Hleem, 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 Hleem. Open your eyes. Feel this entire aura around you being purified. You will feel very light on your head. You will feel this beautiful Soumya energy coming into you with just 5 chants. If you've done it the way I've done it, with your spine erect and visualizing the goddess in yellow, you'll feel this amazing vibration around you. And that vibration is Bagalamukhi. And she's very powerful. Also very powerful because she's also one of the most commonly prayed to Mahadashvidya. So you will feel her energy more quickly than you will of others. Hers, Bhuvaneshwari's, and Lalita Tripura Sundaris. You will see their energy, and when you concentrate on them, you will feel this vibration around you. You'll feel this heaviness around you. And not because I'm talking to you, but because she is prevalent right here. Even when now you and I are talking, all her ganas are present over here. The minute you chant her mantra, they're all there. Right? So please do her sadhana. And again, I tell you, your prarabdha, if your prarabdha is right, she will take you to the next step. Correct? And then we go to the next Mahavidya. Is a second form of the green Tara. She is known as Matangi. Okay, and she's also known as the blue Saraswati. She's a tantric goddess. Saraswati ka tantric swarup or Tara ka Durga ka Tara swarup comes in Matangi, which is green and blue. And she is, of course, like, because Saraswati is she's a governing deity of speech, of dance, of art, knowledge, everything. And Uchishta Ganapati is required for you to start the sadhana of Green Tara, of Matangi. And Uchishta Ganapati is the Tantric Ganapati. And in the Sri Vidya, in the Sri Mandala that is there in the Yantra, without praying to Uchishta Ganapati, you cannot pray to the Mahavidyas. And there are a lot of Uchishta Ganapati mantras available. If you have a teacher, if you're ever going to be doing the Dasha Mahavidya, one of the first step is to seek the blessing of Uchishta Ganapati. Okay, please do check out. There are a lot of teachers who teach the Uchishta Ganapati sadhana, but there are some very nice lectures by Om Swami that I have heard about Uchishta Ganapati, and I think you should check him out. And there are, in fact, I have this very nice book that I would like to share with you. This is a book which I have been reading. It is Nilima Chidkobikar, and it's called Shakti. It's a little expensive because it's a coffee table book, but if you can buy it, be very nice. It's a very generic. So if you look at this book, there's a lot of basic representation. I mean, you'll see a lot of details about how Tantra is practiced and who the Devis were, how the Devi Upasana started, and things like that. I am reading it just to gain, a little more knowledge. To understand a little more about these things, and on a very modern perspective. I have been particularly attracted to the goddess about 10 years, from the last 10 years, and I feel I've reached nowhere. So I think that, maybe sharing it on platforms like this gives me a perspective, and probably there are many people who are looking for such things, and it can really help them. This book that I have been reading is Dasha Mahavidya Mimamsa. You can see it. It is by Dr. Vishnu Datta Rakesh. I really like it. This is how the book looks. Dasha Vidya Mimamsa. So this is a very technical book. So this book is all about the Mahavidya sadhana, how it originated, and it's got a very technical lookout on this on the Mahavidyas, right? And the third book is the Saundarya Lahari by Shankaracharya. This is a very nice kind of commentary by Nataraja Guru. And anybody who's interested in Devi Sadhana, especially the Mahadashavidya Sadhana or the Sri Vidya Sadhana, you must definitely read the Saundarya Lahari. And whether you understand it or not, you must listen to the Lalita Sahasranamam. I feel that the minute you start listening to Lalita Sahasranamam, it's unbelievable the things that those shlokas mean. And it's very unfortunate that we are very proud to be Hindus, but we do not know much about our scriptures, right? So please, so this, I just wanted to share this in the middle, that, these books are something that have helped me understand it, whatever little that I can understand. I've understood it through reading these kind of books. And so we were talking about Matangi. She is the guru to even Kali. And that is why she says that people who want supernatural powers and siddhis gain a huge amount of. Matangi is the goddess that they should be praying to. And her Bija mantra is Stream. So let us chant Stream 5 times before we go to the next Dasha Mahavidya. You take a long deep breath. Stream. 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 She's known as a wife of Brihaspati, and star Rohini is also Matangi. So Matangi is unbelievable. I mean, the way she has been described in the scriptures, even in the Dasha Mahavidyas, by a lot of very, very, very ancient gurus, is unbelievable, the power that she has. And because ultimately knowledge is everything, right? And she is responsible for Vastu, for astrology, for science, for intelligence in a child, everything. I mean, she just discovers everything. And she's presided over by Ushishta Ganapati, is a red color Ganapati, whose permission you need to take to chant or to do Matangi Mahavidya. So very interesting. I was very, very, I really loved when I was reading about these things. And I'm very happy that in a very concise form, I have, Lavanya and me have just made this slide in a very basic form, so that it's very easy for you to understand it. The next slide, please. After Matangi, Kamala. She is Goddess Lakshmi in her own form, and her Bija mantra is Stream, right? She's considered the supreme goddess. And very Saumya. You have 4 elephants, the 4 Vedas showering their wisdom on her. And for people who want abundance, family life, good grandchildren, lineage, she is the deity that we have to pray to. Her grace is aparampar, they say that, and she's very Saumya. Even in the Dasha Mahavidya, she's one of the most Saumya Dasha Mahavidya. And she gives you a lot of courage to do something. So people, they say that who have a lot of issues with confidence, stage fright, they say that chanting Treem makes them very, 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 very confident. She also, with people who have a lot of issue with scoring good marks and performing well in exams, she is the Devi you need to speak to. Her Bija mantra is Treem. So let's chant Treem 5 times. Take a long deep breath. Visualize the Kamala in front of you. And for this mantra, you can do the Namaste Anjali Mudra. So you gently join both your hands near your chest. So your thumb is touching your sternum, your breathing pipe. And then you take a long deep breath. 3. 3. 3. 3. She bridges the gap between Apara and Para, and she gives you the Turiya. Without silence, no Upasana is possible. So Kamala will give you the basic foundation of the Turiya state, of remaining in a state of bliss, so that these energies come to you. There is no stability, no silence, no Mahavidya. They will come to you only when there is stability inside of you, right? So this is something completely out of, this is just a way to attract the Mahavidyas. So they say, and it is mentioned in our Shastras, that Abhyanga. So because Tuesday and Fridays are very, very auspicious for the Devi. So if you do Abhyanga with sesame oil, coconut oil, or almond oil, the energy of Devi will be able to penetrate your physical body much more easily. And so I just added this, Lavanya just added this as a tip. And she said that, if you do Abhyanga on these days, it activates the major chakras, the stotras, the nadis. And then if you practice your Devi mantras, the penetration of those mantras are very smooth in your body. And like I told you, the Dasha Mahavidyas are all here in your body. And when you chant these bija mantras, you will see that they resonate from different parts of your body. And that is where the Dasha Mahavidyas are there. And if one mantra is more prominent than the others, it opens your consciousness a little more, it makes you more emotional, and that is your Devi. That is the way you come to know which of the Mahadasha Vidyas you can actually seek.